Emma.
I'm Karen.
And we are Two Girls in a Great Big World.
Two Girls Storytime presents The Great Pig Escape.
Dun, 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 dun.
Written and illustrated by Eileen Christo. Alright, let's read all about this wonderful Great Pig Escape. Bert and Ethel lived on a small farm. They grew the best lettuce, peas, tomatoes, corn, and turnips for miles around. One day, when they were out hoeing weeds, Bert said, "I've been thinking we should raise a few pigs." "Sounds like trouble to me," said Ethel. "I'd rather stick with turnips." But Bert bought 6 little piglets anyways. "They look like more trouble than turnips," said Ethel. "But they are kind of cute."
Aww.
"They won't be cute for long," said Bert. 8 months from now, they'll be pork chops, so don't go falling in love with them." "Shh," said Ethel. "You shouldn't say things like that. You'll upset them."
Pork chops.
Over the next few months, the piglets grew into pigs. They spent their days grubbing, rooting, snuffling, and wallowing, and they grew fatter every week. One day, when the pigs were slurping up their slop, Bert said to Ethel, "I think these pigs are big enough to sell at the market tomorrow." "Shh," said Ethel. "They'll hear you." Sure enough, the pigs stopped slurping. "Oink," said one. "Oink," squealed another.
Oink, oink, oink.
Oink, oink. Yes, chaos ensued. That night, there was a lot of oinking in the pig pen. There you go, chaos ensued. "What's got into those pigs?" grumbled Bert. "Sounds like they're planning something," said Ethel. "Don't be ridiculous," said Bert. The next morning, the pigs ran this way and that way. They oinked and they squealed and they shrieked. Bert and Ethel had to ask the neighbors to help them load the pigs onto the back of the truck. "Where did you put the bolt that locks the tailgate?" panted Ethel. "On the ground," puffed Bert. "I don't see it," said Ethel. We see it." "We see it." No one could find the bolt. They had to tie the tailgates together with rope. Then Bert and Ethel got into the truck. They rolled up the windows and turned on the radio so they couldn't hear the oinking and squealing and shrieking. They also couldn't hear the pigs chewing on the rope.
Don't use rope to tie up pig pens. It doesn't work.
We have learned. You just chew through it. And if you do, don't turn on the radio so you can hear them. As they bumped and rattled down the road toward town, the rope snapped. The tailgate flapped open, but Bert and Ethel didn't notice. Yes, that's what the radio.
I think you'd have to have the radio really loud to not notice that.
That's fair. At the edge of town, Bert and Ethel stopped for gas at Thelma's garage. The radio was still rocking and rolling and wailing. That's why I didn't hear. And the pigs were still oinking and squealing. No one noticed when 2 pigs scrambled from the back of the truck and scooted under a nearby fence.
Oink!
Bert and Ethel made another quick stop at the food co-op for soda and sandwiches. On the other side of town, Bert and Ethel had to stop at a train crossing while a long, long freight train clattered by. "It's going to take all day to get these pigs to the market," grumbled Bert. "Maybe you should check on them," said Ethel. "No need," said Bert. "I'm sure they're fine."
Chugga, 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 chugga.
But Bert thinks they are just fine, but they are not in the back of the truck. When they finally arrived at the auction yard, Bert got out of the truck and went to check on the pigs. "They're gone!" he cried. "What?" said Ethel. "The pigs!" shouted Bert. "They got away!" He jumped back into the truck and they hightailed it back down the road to look for the pigs. Step on it, Bert. At the railroad crossing, Bert and Ethel saw 2 hitchhikers. Very, very interesting looking hitchhikers, might I add. "Have you seen any pigs around here?" called Ethel. The 2 hitchhikers grunted and shook their heads from side to side. Bert and Ethel tore into town and parked the truck. No one at the food co-op or at Rose's secondhand clothes had seen any pigs. "But I'd like to find the person who took the clothes off my sidewalk display," said Rose.
Not to point fingers.
But we think we found them. Bert and Ethel searched up and down Main Street. They asked everyone they saw, "Have you seen our pigs?" Ethel stopped at Thelma's garage. "I haven't seen any pigs," Thelma said, "but someone stole the wash off my line, including my favorite dress with the purple flowers." Maybe like that one?
Look at the dog.
The dog sees something suspicious. met the farmer over from the railroad crossing. I haven't seen any pigs, said the farmer, but I'm looking for the scoundrel who took the clothes off my scarecrows. Pretty soon, people all over town were helping to look for the missing hats, pants, dresses, shirts, and pigs. Ethel searched down by the bus station. You don't usually see pigs around here, said the bus driver, but I'll keep an eye out for them. As he was talking to Ethel, several passengers slipped onto the bus without tickets.
Uh-oh.
And nobody noticed? No one could find the hats, pants, dresses, shirts, or pigs. How can 6 pigs just disappear, groaned Bert. I told you they were planning something, said Ethel. Impossible, said Bert. They're only pigs. Bert and Ethel looked for the pigs several more weeks. They advertised in the paper, they put up signs, but no one had seen their pigs. Finally, one day, when they were having coffee in town, Bert said to Ethel, I've had it with pigs. From now on, I am sticking with vegetables. We can grow some fine turnips in the pig pen, said Ethel. Then, one day, several months later, the post office received a large box from Florida, addressed to the people missing hats, pants, dresses, shirts, and pigs. Bert and Ethel hurried down to the post office. The people who were missing clothes were already there. Well, I'll be, said Thelma. Here's my dress with purple flowers, washed, ironed, and folded neat as can be. Now, who can figure that? What do you have for the people missing pigs? Asked Bert. Just a postcard, said the postmaster. Who sent us a postcard? Said Ethel. On the front of the postcard was a picture of a sunset on a Florida beach.
Those must be some extra crispy piggies.
That's where the hitchhikers were going. Florida Beach. Oh, on the other side it said, Oink! Oink! For Bert and Ethel. Now discovered who the hitchhikers were. And that is The Great Pig Escape.
So what have we learned from this book?
That turnips are less trouble than pigs.
And not to tie up pig pens with rope.
Yes, because that is where your problems start.
Exactly. Alright guys, well we hope you enjoyed. See you next time.